Hey guys, welcome back. It's Dee with another episode of Beauty with a Twist. I'm super excited for this week's episode because we have something different for this episode, but I'm super excited because we have
Alyss. What's up, you guys?
Go ahead and say your Instagram name for
Alyss Fit Chacoco.
Oh, we have a fitness trainer, you guys. I'm super excited because fitness is considered beauty. You think?
Absolutely, 100%.
We think it's beauty, health, and
yes, 100%. Fitness is, I feel like, a lifestyle too, but absolutely. I mean, when you look good, you feel even better, and it's kind of a testament to also just what you do too.
Yeah.
I think, you know, making women feel and look their best is,
like right now I'm gonna go face.
Oh my god. Yes. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like it's all in the same like umbrella. And I think we all can't do it ourselves. So that's why we have each other to help complement.
By the way, you guys, she's my trainer, so shout out to you.
Gains.
I'm trying to get my gains up, you guys, this year. Like
I love it. Doesn't she look great, guys?
You know, I'm no BBL this year. It's gonna be all natural.
Absolutely. Built, not bought.
Oh, that's a good one.
Girl,
well, cheers to you. Thank you so much for being on my podcast.
I'm so excited. Oh my God, wait, you didn't look at me in the eyeballs.
Is that bad luck?
That is. I think you might have bad sex, but you know.
Is that really bad luck? I heard the bet going down, it's like if you don't do that, it's bad luck.
Ooh.
Like you cheers and then you don't go like this.
What?
That's what I
don't
heard.
know, girl. They lied to you. Whoever told you that.
I have bad sex in my life. Well, I want to talk about yourself.
That's not the stories you
tell. Let me wet my upper lip because I'm sweating a little bit. I want to go ahead and talk about you. I want to talk about, you know, how you started, your journey. I've never had a fitness trainer. I've never had anything like this before. So you're my first one. So it's like
an honor, pop to cherry.
Literally. So I'm super excited, but I want to go ahead and tell me about your journey. Tell me about where you're from. Tell me how you started, all of that.
Love it. So my name is Alyss Chacon. I am 26 years old. I graduated from Cal State Fullerton. Shout out to my Titans.
Okay.
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in communications with an emphasis in public relations.
She's smart.
Oh yeah, we're educated, bro.
Oh,
Come on now.
okay.
Yes, and with no debt.
You don't have no school loans?
No school loans, boo-boos.
Oh my God.
No school loans. So, you know, we're out here. But yeah, so I went to school for about, well, girl, it was like 6-7 years. But I took my time. I had a daughter, a beautiful daughter in between all of that. Mm-hmm. And that was a really beautiful blessing. But I started really my fitness career after I feel like so many other like trainers, because at least from the people that I know and who I gravitate towards, they've had a transformational journey.
Like they were like losing weight and that type of journey.
Or they were like super skinny and then like gained a lot of weight, like muscle mass, mm-hmm. or they like, you know, completely just transitioned themselves 360 with like total weight loss. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's kind of what happened to me. Like I was 200 pounds. I was getting cheated on. I was like a bartender at the time, and I was just like, I'm not happy in this relationship that I'm in, and I'm overweight, and I'm usually an athlete. I actually played collegiate volleyball in college, and I just remember working out, being in CrossFit, like being super tight, right? Mm-hmm. Booty popping, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden, the panza started, like the mom bod, like, but like the traditional mom bod, because like I like to like have a new version of her, and like that's completely different. That's like what you see today. Yeah. But like what I had like in the past was just not it, you know? Like
I did see that. I did see a video of that.
Yes, the transformation. And I just feel like when you know like nobody's looking at you, like, and I'm not saying like I do it for the attention, but I remember in particularly being at Target and like just like looking cute that day, right? I was like overweight at the time, but I had like felt good about myself. But I just remember nobody was looking at me like ever. Like they don't care. Like, cause I was fat. Like I just was not it. Like I was chubby. I didn't have it going on what I thought was going on. You know what I mean? Like, and it really checked me. And on top of that, like being cheated on and being in a really toxic and abusive relationship, that made me feel like I wasn't enough. And so the first thing that I knew was to just like be an athlete, like immediately. That's kind of initially how it all started. Was
but
just
that's
to
not
be
a lot of people though, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it does. That's not for everybody, but like usually revenge bod, like Khloe Kardashian, when she made that show, like that's kind of where I was at. Like I was like, I'm getting my revenge body. Like he's gonna regret this. Like I'm gonna be the hottest mom. You know what I mean? Like So you know what I mean? Like it was just like I knew I this is the chapter that I was going to be on, and I was going to be I'm just going to make this for myself. So that really inspired me. And I think through my followers on social media, and I had actually like deleted all my social media from like my personal account from like high school and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a new fitness one. And that's what the one that I just shouted out earlier. And I was just like, I'm going to go completely hiatus. I was like, if you want to follow me like and be like part of this journey, here's my new Instagram. And this is all that I'm going to like post on here. This is me. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what happened. And I just started posting on there like savagely, like if it was just me on there. And at times it was just me and talking to myself because I had no followers. Like I had nothing.
Oh my gosh.
And so I would just post and it kind of made me less like fearful of like what other people were thinking.
Like you just didn't give a fuck.
I didn't give a fuck because this was my new account and I knew that people from high school weren't going to judge me, or people from my past, like old coworkers or whatever, weren't going to judge like this new version of myself. And that made me really confident in this new person that I was becoming. And sure enough, it kind of cultivated into what I have built now in the personal brand that I'm developing, and also to the business that I've created. It really became just helping other women like get out of such a shitty fucking place and, you know, just stop being in the shits and in the fucking like, you know, grind and
stuff like that.
Yeah. And depressed, and just like, girl, get your ass up. You know, you're the baddest bitch. And if you don't feel like it, you better get up and, you know, fucking work for it, because it's really, it's like, it's not as hard as you think, and you can totally do it. It's the self-sabotaging that goes on within ourselves. Like, it's not even about the physical. It's just about like the
mental too.
Mental aspect of it.
Sure.
And that's where I really struggled, but like overcame. And I think like that's why I'm so passionate about what I do, because it's all in our heads. And so that's kind of just like the gist of the journey. But yeah, that's just how.
So how long have you been in the journey?
Like, so 3+ years. So this is going to be the 4th year. I started like a little before the pandemic began.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember working out of the park. Like I worked out of a park at 5:30 in the morning. It was icy cold. Shout out to my clients who came to that. But, you know, and then icy cold in the evening. Like I remember having those puffy jackets that you see me wearing. They're from like literally like those are just like because I would get sick because I was out there for such a long time. But like, yeah, that's how it started. That's kind of the drive. And then I moved to different gyms. But yeah, So did you start, because like, how did you learn how to work out? Like, did you kind of like teach yourself and then it went? Yes. Yeah, I literally learned all on my own. I mean, obviously you take certifications and you do all that other stuff. But like, I feel like for me, I really dug so deep into the YouTube world, and YouTube teaches you so much. And then obviously like I've done other things separately, like workshops and other things like that, to really like build my confidence in the knowing and the education, because it's definitely completely different from what I graduated with. But I feel like that work ethic that I had in college really translated well to like me learning something completely new at the time.
And also learning like how to like, you know, build yourself and like your business, and like it really taught you.
Oh my gosh, yes, for sure. And I think that through Cal State Fullerton and being in that program really allowed me to grow my personal brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that really translated well, because I would work during the pandemic also simultaneously while I was growing my fitness business with small businesses in the Fullerton community and helping them get out of like debt, and also just like growing their personal brand during the pandemic too. So I was like working with like a group.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like public relations at the time. It was like a small like club, and we would just reach out to, you know, local business owners who were struggling, trying to like get out the gutter, you know. And so yeah, I also helped like them and build their like social media presence and stuff like that. So I had like some experience in doing that.
So how did you grow like yours? Like, okay, well, going back, but like, did you automatically, like, how long did it take you to start, you know, bringing in your clients? Like, when you finally realized, like, hey, you know what? I've worked out enough. I lost enough weight, or I knew what I was talking about, or I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Until you took your first client.
You know, it was a really big hesitation for me. And I feel like anybody, like it's fear. It's fear-based at first. You feel this like, I'm not worthy of like, you know, teaching somebody else this. Like, I don't think I could do it. Like, you talk
you're
yourself
scared.
out of it.
Yeah,
you're scared.
You're nervous. You're like, what is this person going to think about me? I'm teaching them something. Like, why do they want to come to me? You know
exactly. Yeah. But they see, like I said, I had shared my journey so openly with people who wanted to see it. Mm-hmm. And so I think like I didn't really have problems getting clients because I was so open with how I was doing everything. And one of my friend's moms at the time, she reached out to me, and she was like my real like client, because
like OG
client, because she was just like, hey, like I'm looking for a trainer. My daughter says that you'd be a great fit, like, and she really pushed me to like be like, hey, like I gave her a price a little too high, but she was just like, why don't we start here and then work our way up? So we did. And honestly, from then I built the confidence. I built like, the relationships with her. And then she kind of helped me also branch out. And she is a boss herself. So she was really helping me facilitate my business at the time too. And I was throwing events as well during the pandemic for women entrepreneurs in my community.
Yeah.
So I really at that time thought the sky was the limit. And I still think that. But, that's how it really started. It just started from one person reaching out to me. And then I was like, you know what? If she trusts me enough to do this for her, I feel like I need to trust myself enough to do this for me.
Yeah. And other people will, go ahead and trust you too.
Absolutely. I mean, you start cheap too. I mean, when you first start with experience, like no experience, you got to go a little low. So that's what I did. But I learned obviously along the way that I can't go that low. So, you got to, and then at the time, like I wasn't really, it was the pandemic. And so we were still kind of filling everything out, and I was able to have that freedom to kind of do that.
Yeah.
As now it's a lot different, but yeah, that's kind of how it like really.
So did you start from like, that's when you started at the park?
So we were at the park, and then she had her own home gym. And so I would go to people's home gyms as well. So I was doing both at the time, and it was only in my local community. So I was only targeting Hacienda Heights at the time, and maybe local like La Habra, like nothing too crazy, like something that was like relatively close.
And then when you felt like you were ready, did you move straight into like a gym?
I did. Yes, I did. And it was so weird because I moved into a CrossFit gym, which was so random, but
isn't CrossFit like a lot harder?
It is. It is totally hard. But they had like a separate studio at the top. So like it worked out. So it was fine. But like, and everybody really loved it because it was more private and more one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And we weren't fucking freezing in the park. So we had a little heater. So it was great.
How long were you there?
I was there for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. Yeah. I stayed there a little longer than I probably wanted to. Mm-hmm. But again, like the pandemic, then COVID was coming in and coming out. And there was like another like pandemic scare or COVID scare. Like,
and a lot of gyms were outside.
Yes.
So it was just hard.
It was just like, I'll stay here. 1, for comfort, and 2, for just like, stability.
Yeah.
And I had that at the time. And so, it worked out.
So did you go after that? You went to
the gym that I'm at now.
Oh,
yeah. So I've only been to 2 so far, but I'm like a really loyal, like person. Like when I love something, I will like ride with it to the end. And so that's kind of like
your lash tech,
like my lash tech. Absolutely.
And like your hairstylist.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, like I feel like for me that like shift was also like necessary. I pushed myself with a shift that I just recently did. Because I just started at that gym like maybe 3 months prior, like in October when we first started.
Yeah, that was like I think that was your first month.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So I was fairly new, but like again, like I had the confidence because I had been already doing it. But it was so different to like be with other trainers because it was just me at the other gym.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different to deal with like other trainer etiquettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. The drama, I guess. Because it was just me. I'm like, there ain't no drama other than what I ate like on like Friday, and I'm still paying for it with a gas. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only drama I was dealing with. My fucking stomach issues.
When people say, oh my, this is so off topic, but when girls are like, I'm like for me, I'm lactose, right? I don't give a fuck. I still drink milk.
100%.
I still eat cheese.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't give a fuck about my stomach. I'll care about it in 10 minutes.
Absolutely. But right now, I'm going to enjoy these cheese fries from In-N-Out. Girl, that's me.
So going back to like the whole social media thing, like how did you grow yourself, and like how did you, brand yourself, and like how are you the person that you are now? Because you have a big following on social media like TikTok and like Instagram. Like, so how did you brand yourself?
I feel like for me in the beginning it was so hard because I would see so many of these other fitness influencers having like thousands of followers, thousands of likes, and I knew that I was going to get there, but I had no idea how. And I feel like I would dibble dabble into a lot of other things like what they were doing. So at first I initially started to do what they were doing and I was just like, oh, well, this isn't fucking working.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to stop doing what they're doing and I'm going to do the things that I like.
Be the content creator, not the follower.
Yes,
okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you know what? I am going to share what I like. And I think at the time I was having this complex with myself. And that's why I think I was doing that. Because I was so afraid to be me. Like, I was so scared because I had been shamed and like ridiculed for being myself in a relationship and being too emotional or too whatever, you know, like, or, oh, you're like, stop, like, you know, whatever. Like, and so I was like, so like afraid to fully be myself because of the trauma that I had endured. And so when I finally like kind of like released that, I was just like, okay, you know what? I don't care anymore. And I still struggle. And I'm not going to lie, I do still struggle with this, but like it's less prominent as it was before. But I am just like, you know what? If someone's going to gravitate towards this, like they're going to feel it. They're going to like resonate with it and they're going to take it with them. And if I can affect one person, then I'm cool with that, you know? And I think by doing that, it kind of compounded to like hitting multiple people and multiple like women. And I think that has really translated well. And I think that that's what's helped me grow. And then also tapping into being funny. And that's something that like I got away from for a while.
Yeah, like being yourself. Like you are yourself.
Like I'm super goofy, like super funny. Like I say weird ass shit. And like I forgot about that side of me. And it wasn't until I was in my last relationship where he really welcomed that and like really appreciated that because he was also extremely hilarious. And so I was just like, oh, I want to be funny with you. Like, but I had forgotten that how to be it because I had been like,
myself.
I had, you know, because I had been like subsiding it for such a long time. So yeah, just like tapping into that was like really awesome. But that's really how I was able to grow. And also too, like being social on social media. Like I wasn't like, let me like elaborate because it sounds weird, but like I would respond back to everybody. Like if I liked something that I genuinely fucked with, like I would comment back on them and I would be like, I love that top, or I think your hair looks extremely beautiful today. Like, or you like a fire like selfie from a female. I'd be like, girl, you look amazing. Right. Like just like hyping people up because like I felt like they needed to be hyped up, but also because I genuinely felt like they looked good or what if they post an Amazon link and I was like, where did you get that? Right. So like being more social on social media, like also active helped me also grow. Yeah. Because also the way the algorithm works, but also building relationships in real life. And I think that I've sometimes forget to do that even still, like as I continue to grow, that like also like I need to check myself too, like and be like re-humble myself. Like people are just here like to share this like human experience with you. And like, we're all just here to like be a part of that journey together. So just be nice, be cool. Like if you don't like something, it's probably wasn't for you to see anyway, you know? So I don't know. I feel like for me, just being more authentic and being more real and staying true to myself has really helped grow the following and personal brand.
I love that too. And I feel like also too, you post every day, which is amazing.
And consistency.
Like consistency is a key thing. And I feel like you post like how you're telling me like, I filmed this and that. And I was like, hell yes, girl. I'm like, how many TikToks did you fucking take? She's like, she's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like,
and I did do that. And I kind of went overboard today on TikTok, but I had a good time. You know, it's fun. And I enjoy it.
Yeah. And I feel like too, like how you said, going back and being active, like if you have had that one comment and you tell someone that they look good today, they're going to be like, damn. Yeah. Like it's gonna stick with them, you know? Like I remember the little things. Like I love when people comment on my pictures. I'm like, are you just saying this? Or like, I kind of feel a type of way. You know what I mean?
I mean, we all deserve to feel good. You know, we do. And I mean, I'm not going to lie either. So if you look ugly, I just won't say it. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep it 100% all the time. Now, girl, come on now. I'm not that fake. I'm not fake at all. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I will let you know when you look fabulous. Absolutely. Because, you know, we all deserve to hear it. And if you do, then you do. I can't lie, you know? So I think like just like saying it when I think it. too. Like, and I think that goes such a long way. It's such a small compliment or like a small conversation that you have with somebody, but they take that as like you're not being snobby, because there's influencers or other people with high followings that will not respond to you. And like, although they probably just can't get to everything, like that does put something on the person who idolizes or looks up or like really values their content.
But going back into like building clientele, do you feel like social media is like a big part of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. And I also think like meeting people in person too is a really big deal, which I need to get back into. Because
did you do a lot of like word by mouth, you think? Like
it was referral based for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course it translates to Instagram because I spent so much more time there. And the referrals have gotten a lot less only because I'm not as like interpersonal anymore. Like I don't go to a lot of events like as I used to. But like now that, I'm also starting to like think like, okay, girl, you need to get out. Like you get in your fucking house. Like because I get like really turtle shell. Like I'll just be by myself. I love my alone time. But then my best friend Amber, she's just like, bitch, you gotta get the fuck out.
Oh, shout out to Amber.
Yes, we love her.
Yeah.
Yes. So she's just like, bitch, get out of the house today, please.
No, literally.
So, yeah.
You gotta get outside.
Yeah. So I am committed to that this year, 2023, So yeah.
I feel like branding yourself and like a lot of clients like, word by mouth or like, you know what I mean? That helps you a lot.
It does. It really does. It makes such a huge difference. And so I need to be outside.
Do you give that advice to like other personal trainers? Like, do you feel like they should?
I think that they don't do enough personal branding, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like they do an amazing job of posting their workouts. And maybe that's just all they want to do. And maybe that's their goal. But like.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I do see people or like fitness trainers only posting them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's bigger than that. If that's their goal. But see, again, I don't know. So like, like from the collective, that's what I see. So like for me, I just really admire and love like another one that I like really love is Chris Uchella. She is a fitness influencer, but she talks about everything. And I love that about her. I would buy any product that she like advertises because she's true to who she is like 365 days out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And she shares not only the most beautiful parts about her life, but like some of the worst. And she's like crying on her pages and like
she's
extremely
real.
Yeah. And I feel like I just wish I could see more of that from other fitness trainers, like because the fitness life can be very overwhelming and like, that's like real. Like if your clients are just people working 9-to-5s or they are women entrepreneurs, like their lives are also just as chaotic and hectic. Yeah. And I think being more relatable is more admirable for me. Like in my opinion, if I was the consumer, like if I saw somebody going through some shit, but yet she was still able to get to the motherfucking gym or like work out, do some motherfucking crap. Like I'd be like, damn, bitch. Like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing?
The fuck are you on?
Because
I
need
Netflix.
Some of that. I'm on Netflix. You need like my Wetzel pretzel. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I feel like for me, that just says more because that's a real ass person. That's a real ass person who only has like 20 clients online and on her computer and then goes and like works out all day. You know what I mean? Like, no, we're in the trenches. I'm raising a child. I'm actually had the worst week of my life last week. You know what I mean? So like I came in, oh my God. Not me coming in all congested from tears.
We need to talk about this real quick. We need to talk about this real quick.
Coming in congested. Oh, one more bed.
I'm not gonna say it, but
busted ass lashes.
It was a Monday, right?
Yeah,
it was
Monday.
Was it Monday?
I think it was.
I think it was a Monday.
Fresh out the gate.
And I was over here like in my moods, and I'm over here like walking on the Stairmaster, right? Minding my business. She's over here like, how's it going, girl? I'm like, oh, I'm fabulous. It's great. And I'm like, how are you? Or she's like, I'm going through it.
You know that like sound where it's like bam. You know, like that was you look over it. Like,
and I was like, boom. Like, are you good? She was like,
one lash on, barely hanging, bitch. I'm fun.
By a fucking thread. I'm like, but like, something I appreciate that we always talk about it. We
totally, girl.
And like she hears my cheesemate, I hear her cheesemate, and it's just like,
transparency too. I think like no one wants a fucking robot as a trainer. At least I don't. I mean, I want someone that is just as honest as me, and is going through it too, so that I don't feel like shit.
Yeah, because there is trainers out there, that just want their money.
Money hungry people.
And you could tell that it's like for their money. They're not kind of like for the client itself. They're kind of just like, oh, well, this client paid me. So,
right. And, you know, it's so crazy that you bring that up because I feel like recently I've been hearing a lot of trainers in my local area actually not giving the clients their sessions. So like, say you pay me and you pay me for 12 sessions. He cancels 6 of them. Yeah, girl. So that's like an epidemic happening in my area. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, how is that even possible?
But where did the other 6
And he's
sessions?
not rescheduling them. This person is not rescheduling.
But where's the other 6 sessions going? Like,
they just disappear? He's just like, I can't, sorry. And then he's like, but each month. And then he oh my God, girl. And then he has people's cards on file. So then he redoes the transaction each month. And they're just like, stop charging my card. Like, you owe me 6 sessions. And he's just continuously.
Oh my God. Well,
yeah. Yeah. So, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that goes to the testament of your point.
Yeah,
of,
it goes exactly.
Money hungry people. And,
or, you know, too, like, there's just some trainers that, like, I know a story. I'm not going to say it, but, like, I do know a story where someone isn't comfortable with this trainer, but doesn't know how to break the, you know, like, how.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that awkward, like.
It's a girl and a guy, and she doesn't know how to break it to him. Like, I'm just not comfortable by the way you're touching me when I squat, or you know.
Absolutely, 100%, girl. I mean, and that just is crazy that you said that because I have had one client, or actually multiple clients, but one client more recently tell me like, "Oh, I love that I don't have to come and look like super presentable. Not because like you know she doesn't care, but because like she feels this need to hold this like beauty standard,
like
for this male trainer that she used to have. And I found that really interesting. Like she comes in and she looks still fabulous, but like to her, you know, it's not up to par in the because there was that like, you know, interaction between the male and female. And I thought that was really interesting.
Just like,
yeah, I'm like, girl, I don't care. You can fart too, by the way.
not me gassing all the time. I'm like, I gotta go.
I'm like, you can fart on the spot. I don't give a fuck. But as long as you get low, you get past 90 degrees, boo-boo, we good.
Not me right now. No, every time I go, I be looking. I'm like, girl, I got out of bed 30 minutes ago. Like,
but you know, imagine if you had a male trainer that would like think about that for yourself. Like, would you really? You know, probably not. But you still go hard. You still put in the work.
Absolutely.
Like so. But then there's that like you know awkward like oh hey like, and then there's that tension too. Like I don't know. For me, it's just like I don't want to work out with a man.
I mean, I feel like I have trust issues because
unless it's my man.
If I had a man as a trainer and he's surrounded by so many beautiful fitness trainers, I'm not insecure, but I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like the story we just talked about over there about, you know, trainers hooking up with trainers. It's kind of like
it is a crazy environment. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
So
yeah, I just avoid it at all costs.
You're a trainer. Don't even talk to me. Like,
right. Oh my God. Red flag immediately.
Literally. I'm like,
yeah, girl. They don't hold a good reputation. They're like cops. That we were just also talking about.
Going back into like, you know, yourself and like building your clientele, how do you know, you say you're inside a lot, but you do have a personal life, right?
I do, yes.
How do you keep that work-life balance? Like
yeah.
Because if you're at the gym, girl, from 5 a.m. to God knows 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Yeah, I feel
I don't know how you do it.
It becomes one, though. I think that, like, it's hard. I think this fight of, like, having to separate myself for years was, like, a big struggle for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I kind of surrendered to just becoming me and like facilitating all of them together, like it worked out better. I felt the need to just intertwine them all because for example, like if I were to date somebody, they would probably be somebody who loves to work out. So that really plays well with what I do. And so that works. Mm-hmm. And so instead of having to separate it completely, I just kind of combine them and not in a messy way, but like so that it like flows with my like end goal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like I do separate some things, but not a lot. I keep it very open. I keep it very transparent and I kind of blend them all together so people get to see the real and authentic person that I am. And I think that really is why, and for example, like when I came in looking like crazy, like Keisha for a second, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I couldn't separate the two because it's just who I am. Yeah. And like, I love what I do and I'm so passionate and I wear my emotions on my sleeve that I just can't always separate everything because I'm also human. And so I think from a business aspect, it's probably not the best, but I'm just like, I'd love to keep it real. So to me, it's I just kind of blend them all together.
Yeah.
So it works for me.
And you feel like you're, you know, like your job isn't really a job because you love doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then my clients are all so beautiful and understanding and like really had compassion. And so I didn't feel as bad as I thought I would, like for not showing up like completely in that moment that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did give it absolutely my 100% best effort.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, I think that as long as I do that and we can all see each other for human beings and find compassion in that, then I feel like that's all that I will do for them. And then I hope that they do for me. And I think that translates really well. And for some clients that might not work and they just kind of weed themselves out. But I try to keep that like more my niche and the people that I
do you feel like, do you have like a consultation? So like when a client first comes to you, like I was fucking different. I was like, okay, I'm going to.
You're like, I'm ready to go.
I already know.
Yeah.
But like for other people, like do you do like a consultation for them like to get to know their vibe first? Because, you know, you can't really take someone, especially for months or weeks and be like having them next to you if you just don't catch a vibe with that person or like them having to be bitchy or you can't open up. You know what I mean? Like
100%. I didn't used to. And a lesson that I learned was that I had to fire clients because I could not stand them. And my energy was actually like getting ruined because I like couldn't, because they were coming in with a horrible attitude, not complaining every single rep, you know, and just not respecting my craft. And I just can't do that. So I've had to fire like a couple, but not many. Like a lot of them are really beautiful people. But like, yes, I do online. I mean, I do over the phone now because people I think are more open to that and it's a little bit more flexible with everybody's schedule. Mm-hmm. But I do online or over the phone. And sometimes if people feel like they're in the area and they want to come by and I'm already at the gym, we do in person. And I also really love those too. Yeah. And most of the time, I don't have too much of a problem as of lately because I get so many of my clients from Instagram or like TikTok and social media that like they see already again, goes back to that personal brand. So like the people who want to come to me already know my attitude and my personality and how I operate and how I feel and the quotes that I give, right? Like, so they kind of already catch my vibe. So they know, they vet themselves out before they even get to me. And then when I meet them in person, it really feels amazing because as of lately, of course, because like they've seen me, they know how I operate and work. And we usually mesh really well together.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, I wish
I know,
okay,
right?
No,
period.
Just kidding. I can't say
I
that.
Feel that though.
I
feel that though. I mean, it's tough, and then especially when you need the money too. Like, how do you really say that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
There are some clients that I really do ban, and then they want to rebook, and I'm like, fuck, I really could use that $100, or I could really use that $150. Like, it's only 1 hour, you know. Like, but then again, it's like, why would I do that if my energy is gonna be so drained? You know, like I think about
there is that
too.
like giving, and maybe not taking them as often, especially for you because you can really facilitate that too in your own work and like. You have your online. You have an online schedule too, right?
Yeah, so they can book online, but if I block them, they're not allowed to book. And I've gotten clients that literally book, and I've blocked them, and they do it on a different name, and they show up. That's happened to me 3 times already. And the last time it happened was like in November.
Do they say like, oh, I couldn't book with you, so I used another name? Or like they don't know that they're blocked? Or
no,
like,
they don't know that they're blocked, so they'll put like their middle name or something. They'll be like, oh yeah, girl, like I don't know why it was just not letting me. Yes, I've literally gotten this from this girl in November. Shout out to her now because we talked about it.
Okay, fabulous.
And I told her straight up, girl, it's just because you didn't show up 3 times. You didn't give me my late policy, my no call, no show
for
fee.
For sure.
So I explained it to her. And she was just like, honestly, she told me like what she was going on. And I was like, okay, but next time like this happens again, I promise you I will not take you. Yeah. And she comes every month now. Oh, good. Never late and always shows up.
I love
tips
that.
Extra. So shout out to her.
What? I love that. And I think like open dialogue too really helps. And I don't know about you, but for me personally, like that's hard for me at times. I don't know, you know, like it's hard to just be like super open and be like, hey, look, this is bothering me. You know, like how do you? I don't know.
I just hate confrontation.
Me too. I'm a big people pleaser. I'm a big people pleaser from like just my childhood and like so I don't know about you, but
I'm me. Like, I don't really like that. But then again, it's like it is my business. So I have to kind of say it in a non-bitchy way, but professional, but
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do it three ways, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be a bitch, but you got to tell them, but then you got to be nice about it. You know what I mean?
Girl. Woo! We all can't wear capes, you know?
Yeah. So going back into the whole training thing, what do you think to tell people online?
Yes.
What do you think how do you become a trainer? What do you think it takes to become a trainer?
Yeah.
What do you think people need to do to become a trainer? Because let me just give this backstory really quick.
Yeah.
I do have this guy on my Instagram.
Hey.
And he works out. Okay. And he's a very handsome man. Beautiful.
I know that's right.
But scrumptious. But like, he just says, send me a DM if you want me to train you.
Oh.
I'll charge you. And then what's crazy,
that's aggressive.
It's not a private gym. He like has a 24-hour pass, and he could bring some extra guest.
So he doing that illegal. he doing that like, hey, yo, get out my fucking gym. Type of shit.
Literally, like,
I know a couple people like that.
Yeah, like DM me, and he has you could bring a second guest for.
I know those type of people.
And he's like, DM me if you want me to train you.
Damn, so he's cheap.
Cheap, girl. He's just trying to make a finesse somehow. And he's trying to say, like,
you better do a background check.
Like, I'll help you with your meal plan, X, Y, and Z. Like, all of this shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, that looks so, like,
grimy.
Literally fucking grimy, girl. Yeah. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like,
yeah, you're just like, damn, like, you will feel like somebody hit you.
And
like,
he be partying all the weekends and stuff. Like, I hope you don't watch this. He be partying on the weekends, and then he'll be like, Monday, like, oh, DM me, I'm in the gym at 6 a.m. I'll be back by 12, and I'll be back by 2. Like, that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like super aggressive.
Damn. Oh my God, girl. Yeah. So, well, I mean, probably none of what he's doing, because clearly it ain't working. I don't know. I think that too is the thing with male trainers. And I think that they're amazing, and I love male trainers, and they are fabulous. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like they miss that like feminine energy and feminine touch. And I mean, like, I would never say, yo, DM me. Like, I would DM you, like, I'm here, you know, at my gym, come through, baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never, like, what? Mick, what? Like, I could not. I'm actually, like, cackling. Like, yeah, no. I think, honestly, to be a trainer, at least, and I can only speak for myself, and so I'm going to speak on female trainers. To be a female trainer, you need to have patience and compassion. And I think just that like drive, you know, and passion for what you do. And if you don't, I think it takes a particular person to be in this field for because people trainers usually don't last more than 2+ years. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
They do not, because it's so competitive, highly saturated. They're like, it's a feeding frenzy for clients. It's really unstable. And so if you're a client for more than 3+ years, you're probably doing something right. And I think for me, that's really hold true to a lot of the clients that I have, is just continuing to be patient with their journey, to be relatable, to be compassionate, and to also have passion for the job that I carry. The umbrella that I have is to have and allow women to feel and look confident in their own skin. And that is my overall umbrella. That's the mission that I hold. And that's something that I do through each post, you know, and provide value to them. And so for me, that's the overall mission. And I feel like if you can tell when someone is just training for the cash grab, because they're not being relatable, they're not asking about your day, they're not trying to get to know the client and know what they like, what exercises they prefer. Because a client could hate squats. Girl, let me tell you, you don't need to do squats to get the gains. Like, if my client doesn't like squats or doesn't like this particular exercise, we'll switch it up for something that they do enjoy or love. Or, I mean, there's a difference between like, oh my God, this is hard, and then I just absolutely can't, or their injury, you know what I mean? Like, there's totally completely two differences. But like, if one trainer is just so set on certain exercises, I think that's also a red flag. And I just feel like adapting, you know, the adaptability to be a trainer is really important, because each client is so different. The energy shifts completely. And also just continuously being a student. I feel like for me, I'm constantly researching and trying to be the best at growing glutes and, you know, women like hormones. And I want to become a dietitian, like, and a nutritionist. And I'm constantly trying to be engaged and know my fields, and also staying with the marketing with that too. So, I mean, if you're not willing to do all of those things, you're probably not going to last. However, I'm sure you'll be amazing in the beginning, but you're going to burn out. So just be careful with the burnout if you're truly not passionate and not ready to help and be of service to other people.
Yeah.
So I think that to me is like one of the biggest
and
things.
be like a real mentor, I feel like, too.
Absolutely.
Like,
for sure. Because
we
people
look up
come in
to you.
broken. Because people come in really broken.
Absolutely. Like, we look up to you. We want to be, you know, our trainer. We want to have the body. We want to have, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, we want to feel, we come to you sometimes to like, just to fucking ask for about our day. Like, we tell you guys to vent.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's like therapy. You know
it is. And I do feel like a therapist, but I actually really love that aspect of it. That's one of my favorite parts about it is when people could get vulnerable. I love when people get vulnerable with me because it breaks open this shell. Like, I feel like it's a little egg, little baby egg. There's yolk in there that's so cute. Yeah. But like, you know, they're just like, they need to fucking crack it open. And when they share anything with me, I ride that shit and I ask about it and I pry. And I'm one of those like, you know, like moms that just like want to get to know everything and want to be the cool mom. Yeah. That's me. Like, I want to know your life. Let me know. You broke up. What happened? What did you do, girl? Yeah. Yeah. Like, I want to know.
Was that he went with who? He
I'm
cheated
like 10 more reps, but tell me like, what, you know what I mean? Like, so like, I want to be like, and then I become really great friends too. Like, I become best friends with people. I become even like sisters with some, you know, and I love that. That's also just another beautiful part that I love. And just like meeting new people and, you know, like yourself and just really cultivating relationships and, you know, real valuable ones that I want to elevate onto. You know, I just feel like to me, that's what makes this job so fulfilling. And that's why I get up every single day and I love what I do.
Yeah. That
feels amazing.
Mom.
Yeah.
Like I said, I go to the gym. I be crying. I'm like, girl, he did this.
I know. I do, yes. That was like a week before my mental breakdown. Good thing we didn't have it the same week, bitch.
Oh my God. Because if we had the same week, girl, I don't even know. Like,
Mercury retrograde was really, is really on it.
And then she was like, no, don't do it. And I was like, but I did it.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking was in there and I'm so sorry. She's like, it's a fucking therapy. And then we talked about like manifestation. And then we talked about all
spirituality.
Of that.
Yes, we get all into it. I'm a big spiritual girl. I'm a big like witch in the end of
she's a fucking Aries. Don't fuck with her.
Yes.
So
big Aries vibe. Big Aries energy.
So now we're going to make it fun.
Love it.
I want to talk about really quick what you think steroids.
Okay.
This is gonna fucking hit some people on fucking line, but I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
What do you think about being natural and steroids? Do you feel like, what's your opinion on it?
You know, I feel like, honestly, to me, it's not that big of a deal for me. Now, if you were to tell me that a person that I'm dating is like on steroids, I would probably be very skeptical of dating that person. That's the only type of feeling that I would truly, really have. If I don't know you and you're taking steroids, boo-boo, do you? Like, I know some females who have taken it. They look fabulous. I think that should be more transparent. I will admit that. I will say that because of social media and just like so many younger women and ladies and girls, and not even that, but men too. Like, seeing that these big ass men or big ass women or women who look absolutely gorgeous are on steroids. Like, I think that should be more transparent. And I think if you're going to be a fitness influencer, that should be more
spoken about. Well, like, you should be vocal about it.
Absolutely. Kind of. And because so many bodybuilders are dying of steroids, I think that there needs to be more transparency in our industry. And I just hope that like people just stop being selfish and just be more honest and transparent of what you're taking and how to get there. Because although like it's still being taken, even though I don't know if it's illegal or not or what the situation of the law is on that, but like just be honest, be like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm taking. I take this many dosages. I'm not overtaking. You know what I mean? So that like people can either do that and be safe about it or not take it and choose that other option. Yeah. You know, I think that transparency is where I have an issue with it. Just say what you're taking, boo-boo. Like, because I think like if I'm a new beginner in the fitness and wellness space, and I see this bitch with fucking yoked ass biceps, and
I want to be like, how the fuck am I gonna
be
do that?
like, how am I gonna do that? And then she shows me her workouts, and then I do her workouts, and then I never get that big. You know what I mean? But this whole time she was taking enhancement drugs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just wish she would have told me that from the beginning so that I can have a more achievable goal for myself, and that I wouldn't get so defeated when I don't get to that level. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, I just wish that for me, I would love that for our community, and I hope that people could be more honest and open, and I hope that when they are, and because I know it will happen, that people don't also like ridicule or troll
and try it, keep doing it, or you know,
just like tell them shit, train. Or just tell them shit about it. Like that's what they're doing. You can either do it or not, and period. Poo. Yeah.
So the whole Olympian and the whole
the Olympia,
they're fucking ginormous. Like, what do you think about that? Can I tell you my opinion before you even say that?
I love that.
I can never.
Yeah, people dedicate their whole lives to this stuff.
Literally, the Olympian and the, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Olympia, Mrs. Olympia, yes.
That
the
is
wellness.
Like the whole tanning situation that's going on, and the whole, you know, for me, I just can't date a guy like that.
Yeah, it takes a certain discipline for sure.
And it's just scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sport. It's a sport for them, and they really highly value that. And I think that if that's the sport they choose, then I think that's also extremely beautiful. However, like, I don't know. Like, again, like, the work that goes into that.
Oh, I bet it's like, fucking insane.
It's insane.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. And I think for me, I couldn't do that either. I love eating carbs, like bad and good carbs. And I don't need to prove to anybody else that I'm amazing, because I know I am. I think the like, for me and my personal goals, like, I love helping other women, and like the Mr. Olympia, like, I support that, and I think that's really cool. It's awesome what they can do for their body. Yes. But I just think for me and my personal goals, it's just not where it's at. So I don't get too invested in it. So I don't know also too much about it.
I just think it's fucking crazy. Like, how do you like?
Yeah.
They're like,
oh yeah, girl. They be on it.
They win some money, girl.
They do, but you know, it's not as much as I thought. Like, if I'm gonna sacrifice like everything, like literally,
everything,
like,
your life, girl,
because they all do enhancement drugs. So like, they're all putting something in their body. Like, for me, that's just not worth the risk, and I might not even win. You know, you're going in with such a big gamble. Like, for me, I could just eat the taco and work out in the morning. You know what I mean?
That hot Cheeto or something.
And balance. I love a good balance. I love an 80-20 diet, and I love just like living my life and enjoying it. And that's how the approach I am with a lot of my clients is, you don't need to be a supermodel. You just need to be the best version of yourself. You know, and that's exactly that's literally the goal. I'm here to work with women who are with like practical fucking goals, not like Miss Olympia. I'm not in that field. I don't want to be in that field. It's not something that I'm in. I admire it, but I'm just not. Yeah, that's not me, boo.
And I feel like that was the reason why I went with you, because like that was the first thing. She was like, "Let's get your weight. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Measurements, all that.
What do you want?" Like, she literally was like, "What's a real goal that you want to do?" And then you told me the weight to tell you the weight that I want to be at, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And girl, has it been tough?
It's tough, but I think it's also a beautiful challenge too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
like, I love a routine. Like, sometimes I'm just so fucking tired.
Oh yeah, you hate it in the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful when you're working out.
Awful.
I mean, even I have that. I mean, I don't love I love to work out. It's therapeutic, but do I love being like getting my ass up from a fucking like warm ass motherfucking bed? Absolutely not, bitch. I'd rather be cuddled up, you know,
in my motherfucking bed.
Yeah, with
my
weighted blanket. Oh, with my Netflix on.
Yes.
Like with my humidifier. Girl, girl, I'm in it. But you know, we do it because there's a level of hard that we all can achieve. Yeah. And my level of hard is different from somebody else's level of hard. And I think that we all have to find our personal level of hard. And I think when we do that, and you're just like, hey, I could go a little bit more. And then it becomes a little bit more. It becomes this compound effect.
And then more.
And you're like, hey, my level of hard now has like quantified by
and
like
then
10.
after, I just feel so good. I'm like, okay,
absolutely.
So now I could do this, and that.
And now I'm sure, and I hear this from so many clients of like, wow, I can't see my life without working out. And my goal is not to keep you with me forever. My goal is to teach you and to create this routine for you so that you can take this and live an abundant, healthy lifestyle. Period. And create this routine for you. I don't want a dependent client. I want an independent client and that's why I work with so many women of business and entrepreneurs and people who are dedicated to self-development, because I want you to take all the tools that I gave you and create your own routine that works for you and that will make you better. And whether that takes 3, 4, or 5 years, like ultimately you're going to get there. You know what I mean? And I have full confidence in that, but like it does take time. Yeah. It takes plenty of time and patience. But as long as we're working towards that end goal, girl, you're going to be golden. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's practical and it's real. And these are all things that I've used and just kind of sharing that with my ladies, you know?
Period. Don't fucking
period.
Like, and that's when you know you got to book her and don't forget it. Okay?
Yes. New Year's resolution.
We're going to go to that. We're going to get to that.
Oh my God.
I want to show you a video really quick though. All right, Marlo, bring it up. I want to know.
Marlo, by the way, Marlo is the backbone.
Shout out La Familia podcast.
Of this podcast. I will say he is amazing, although, you know, Didi is fabulous as well. I love him.
So I want to I haven't even seen this fucking video, but tell me, wait, why is it 14 minutes?
It's 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. Oh. I want you to give me your opinion
on for the ads on fucking YouTube.
I'm like, what the fuck is it 14 minutes? This opinion on this video really quick, okay?
Okay.
Can we somehow put it on here too?
Okay.
And when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police and revoke my membership.
Oh. She not having that.
Do you need something?
Oh.
Do you need something? Okay, I thought so.
Keep it pushing. No.
She was mad.
She was really upset.
The cops came and she got her membership revoked.
Wow. The cops came and she got her membership revoked. Okay. So, wow. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, I think on one hand, I understand women are fed up. But I don't think that by being so aggressive and already thinking of what he's doing, right? So we're assuming. She was assuming that like that's what he was doing. And I think that that's the problem that I have. And I can understand the frustration of women getting hit on all the time and probably at the gym. And I think if it was an aggressive catcall, absolutely, right? Because that's disrespectful. But like if it's a look and you don't know what the look was for, what if he was looking for the weight? You're in front of the racks, it looks like. Yeah. I do think that it could, you know, it is a little.
But do you think, I mean, in the video, I kind of think like he was like, not kind of flirtatious, but kind of like hyping her up, maybe like damn, but then I can see as inappropriate though.
But it was that's what I saw. I didn't. She typed out, "Oh damn." That's. I don't know if that's what.
She slowed it down, by the way.
Right.
Like, she zoomed in and slowed it.
Did he say that verbally? I didn't see his lips.
No, that's.
Okay.
You don't know.
Oh, okay. She put that dialogue, so she created that dialogue. Yeah.
Ooh, so you know what? Like we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
right.
Because if it's like a compliment, like, oh, damn, I'd be like,
they're too far.
I'm like, that's right, daddy.
Literally, like I'd be like
double cheeked up on a Wednesday. I'm some motherfucking lule.
Some people might not fucking agree. Literally, I'd be
like, me and my trainer, we be going at her. Gotta get her number, boo. Like, I don't know. For me, but see, like, it's hard to like critique, right? Because we don't know what the situation was. Yeah, I don't, want to like fully speak on everything that happened, but like from that particular video, what I had seen, I just feel like she was on edge. I don't know anything that happened prior. Maybe something happened prior to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe something happened and, there was a dialogue and there was an exchange there. And that's why she felt like that was the case. You know what I mean? Like, I try to like see all sides. That's my Libra rising. But
Fucking Libras. I love them.
but so yeah, that's my opinion. We don't know, but I will say that from the video, it did seem a little overreacted.
So do you think it's inappropriate that men approach women at the gym?
I feel like it's inappropriate when men try to correct women at the gym. I hate when people do that. Like, unless like it's absolutely detrimental to their like existence of survival, and like if they're hurting themselves so deeply where like they're like about to die, then yes. But like, mind your business, like people go to the gym for therapy. Like, people go to like just release and like they have their time to themselves. Maybe this is the only 30, 45 to 60 minutes of time they get. Mm-hmm. And like the last thing I want is for someone to come up to me, Mm-hmm. And I think like if you really want to meet somebody, like maybe talk to them outside of the gym or like, I don't know, meet someone else. Like this ain't a club, boo.
Yeah, I don't think I can meet someone at the gym. This is a place of therapy. Yeah, like I'm looking busted, crusty, dusty, rusty right now. The last thing I want to do is be talking to your crusty ass. Like I really don't.
And I think that they do it though, like to I don't know, because there's this also, and that's so funny that you say that because this is like new thing, and I've heard this on TikTok about just this new that girl in the gym, like this is how to be that girl. Mm-hmm. And like they're showing you the AirPod Maxes, they're showing you what are the Nike Blazers, they're showing you the Alpha Lee leggings, like they're showing you all that bullshit, and it's like, boo boo, you don't need all that to be that girl. Let me tell you, the people who are that girl and who have all of that, like the people who are that girl, first of all, are not wearing all that. Like the people who are that girl got a dump truck in the back of their pump covers, and they're not about to show it to you because they don't want to make you feel bad. You know what I mean? Like they're not wearing all this mumbo jumbo.
They ain't wearing Gymshark every day.
They're not buying an afterpaying for. For AirPod Max.
Not the Clenara. What the fuck is that afterpay?
The Clenara.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're just going to the gym, eating their protein, and
keeping their fucking
pushing pee. You know what I mean? Push weight, actually. You know what I mean? And I think that let's like just like stop with like that girl. Like you can be that girl and so much more.
And like the whole makeup thing. Like, what do you think?
Girl, absolutely not. And I'm not ruining my large ass pores for some,
no.
Like
I'm not going with the full beat to the gym.
I'm sorry, no, I can't. I love that. I think that if that's you, amazing and beautiful, fabulous. Yeah. But like,
you have great skin if you do.
Yeah, because those are the bitches who have little pores.
Best skin.
The best skin. It's always those motherfucking girls, and I'm just like, really, really? No, absolutely not. Not me. I could never. I'm oily. I got big pores. I've had acne growing up. I'm like those ugly girls that like glue up like in college. Actually, like 3 years ago, but who's counting? You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm sorry. I would like rather go natural to the gym with my microbladed eyebrows, my fake lashes.
What did we say? We need lash extensions, brows, and a lip balm.
Yes,
my hair's
and
up.
Maybe some lip filler. I will admit, because
a little bit of Botox. But you know what?
Period.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
but just.
Yes.
Go yourself.
Honestly, go without. Yep. As long as you're pushing weight, boo boo. I judge more off of that than anything. if we're gonna judge, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like she going heavy. You know what I mean? Like, like let's focus on the real. Let's focus on the muscles. Let's focus on what we're there for.
So now we're in a new year, 2023. The whole, New Year's resolution. I want to go to the gym. I want to start working out. I want to eat healthy. My New Year's resolution. It's on my, what is it on?
Yes.
What is it on their board?
Vision board.
On their vision board, I want to start working out. What do you think about you seeing all the people in the gym and you're like, where the fuck did you come from?
Yes. I mean, you know what? On one hand, I really love, thank you, Bo. I really love this whole like accountability. I think New Year's resolutions are great for like checking in with ourselves. Mm-hmm. So on one hand, I really love it. And on the other hand, I think like I just judge more on the people who don't stick with it. You know what I mean? Like like, I love that you're
Yeah.
accountable and you know you're fat. So just like fucking stay with it. I feel like I judge more people. Like, I judge you when you quit.
Consistency. You're
Yes.
looking for that.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
I judge people more when they quit and they give in to their old habits.
Mhm.
To me, that is where I really question people and their character.
You see them for 1 week and they're gone.
And they're gone. And that I question you off of that. Not that you're there in January.
Yeah.
That's, for me, that's where I judge. So don't motherfucking quit, bitch.
Keep it push a P.
Push a powerhouse. Yeah, like, you know, I mean, we all need some accountability. And if you need to invest, like, that's my thing too, is people don't invest in trainers, or not even in trainers, in themselves. Right? Like, they just rather go drink with their friends or rather buy fancy shoes that cost $1,000 to impress other people instead of investing in things that maybe are not as tangible in the beginning, but will hold big investments later on. And they're not in for the long-term investments. They're in for what other people value as cool.
Yeah. And I feel like for me, when I first started going to the gym, I was just like, I knew that I couldn't see it right away.
Mhm.
It was going to take time, but that's why I stuck with it. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because you're not going to see it right away.
Oh, absolutely not.
You're
not.
you have to work for it.
Yes.
But you got to get the fuck up. Because if you don't get the fuck up, like, I don't know what you're trying to see. Like, I told her the
Absolutely.
other day, I was like, damn, my ass is getting fat.
And it is.
Like, I was
It's
just like,
getting perky.
she was like, it's perky.
Yes, it is.
She's like, it's perky. And I was like, oh my God, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. But like, again, going back
Yes.
into consistency, and like, that's what people need to understand. They're not going to see it right away unless you go to a fucking BBL and you
100%.
pay for it. You know?
Absolutely. And that's what is my concern with this new generation, is this instant gratification and this instant, like I guess, acceptance of others.
Yeah.
Because of the things we're wearing or the way that we spend our money, or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know so many amazing, beautiful entrepreneurs who have tons of money that drive a Honda. You know what I mean? Like, or who do not flash. You know what I mean? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but you know what? You're one of them. And I know so many other people who actually have money, in their bank account, commas in it, and do not drive Teslas, Mercedes, and all of this other stuff. And honestly, I'm so convinced now that the people who do maybe don't have as much as they're claiming. That's my personal opinion. Because I've seen some really top-notch business entrepreneurs and successful people that just don't need the flashy shit to like, and that comes with acceptance and or of statue, or because, and I know a person who drives a Mercedes and she ain't even own it. So, but claiming and having a business and saying that this
It's
business gave
successful
her
and all of that.
this money, but when a friend of a friend tells me that she don't even own the car, I'm like, oh damn.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, or it was given to her,
Yeah.
or the car that she has, she didn't even work for.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or he didn't even work for.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't know where people get their money. You don't know where it comes from. So
Yep.
stop comparing yourself to other
Yep.
people, because you don't even know what they did to get it. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So that's my biggest lesson that
Literally.
I've learned.
Literally.
You cannot trust where that money
But
comes.
that's why I love Adam Sandler, because that
Oh,
motherfucker
I love him,
rich,
yes.
but he don't give a fuck about what he wears.
He does not.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, like, I'm not flashy. You know, the only thing I'm always flashy about is like where I live and my shop, because I put so much work into it.
Absolutely.
I rather invest myself and invest what I've done in my growth into like other things, so I can, you know, later on
Definitely.
get that. But as of right now, I want to grow myself. But if in my bank account, trust me,
Yes.
you know, we're gonna see commas and we're gonna see all that. But
Definitely.
it's just at the end of it, it's like I've worked so fucking hard.
Absolutely. And I think,
You know?
splurging too is not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not.
I think that it comes with the luxury and the price
Exactly.
and the income. And I support that as well. And so if that is also the direction that you go with, then that's also
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the most intense and realist people that I've ever met don't really need all that
Yeah,
stuff.
don't
And
need
you
it.
can tell from the
Yeah.
beginning. And I think, of course, they want a beautiful house to live in and a car. That's probably really nice. But
At the end of it, they're just humble.
yes. Yeah. You can
In
just
the end,
see
you're
it.
just a humble person,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And you just don't care about the
Exactly.
shoes. I think it's more the shoes than the fancy clothes and all the jewelry, you know, for me, because
Mhm.
I feel like you could tell for sure.
Mhm. I agree
Yes.
on that. Because I'm getting fucking canceled right now.
Why? What
Oh my
happened?
God, because I said, we ain't gonna talk about it because I'm gonna get canceled again. We gonna talk about it later. But going back,
No way.
we are on the trigger crush. I don't even know what the fuck this is.
Oh,
Like,
a crush, a gym crush.
yeah,
no?
gym crush,
Oh, okay.
trigger. What the fuck?
Oh no, I think it was just like
gym
a
crush, gym bae.
Yes.
Like, can you be my gym bae? Like, what the fuck is that?
I
Is
guess
that like a trend?
I think it's just like these. I think for TikTok or just for Instagram, I think it's just like the younger generation in general, like they look towards the gym. Like from my industry example, for example, they're just like, oh, if you see somebody cute in the gym, you want to go approach them, you know, because it's like if usually people at the gym don't really go, I don't know, not really go out, but like, you know, it's rare that like super finite people go out to the like clubs, you know, so they really hyper focus on the gym because that's probably the self-discipline and all that other stuff that they do. So, you know, like the gym bae is just like a gym bae that you could work out with and cuddle and, you know, like talk about protein and, like, you know, and just really invest yourself in building the body.
So you
of
like
gym.
the gym baes?
I'm a big fan of gym baes. I think that I've never had like a gym bae where I saw somebody at the gym and was like, oh my God, I need this person in my life. I'm going to go over there and talk to him. Like, I love meeting people so organically and like through mutual friends too to vet them out for me. That I've never had that experience. But I know that even when people do go and approach a gym bae, like it never turns out well. So I'm also not like I don't really do that.
Support that shit. Don't
Yeah,
go
I
and
just
ask
am
for
like
gym
it's
bae.
never worked out or it's awkward or like you have to switch gyms. And that's just like even worse. Like I paid like already my membership. And
I
now
went
I gotta
to
go.
fucking Gold's Gym. Now I'm at fucking
24.
Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
I'll
Planet
say-
Fitness. Oh shit, bitch. The pizza. At least you get pizza.
Wait, they give pizza?
Yes. I don't
What?
even know. I
What's
have
the
no idea
purpose?
what the Planet Fitness like marketing plan is for that. Like I guess get them fat, like fatten them up, and then so they come back.
They market to people who don't go to the gym.
Okay,
Really?
so yeah, that's
Wait,
probably
what does that mean?
They don't go
That's
to
why
the
they don't
gym.
have, free weights. So they market their gym to people who don't go to the gym. That's why they're not free weights, and that's why.
I think the weight is only like a 45, right? It doesn't go
It's
up
not,
higher than that.
But they said 82% of their memberships.
They don't have
show
free.
up. They don't go. They pay, but no one shows up.
Yeah.
82%.
But it's like $10 a month or something crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like that's free money.
Yeah, that's why they do
That's
it.
a
Yeah.
good.
Because they know
Hold
you're not
on.
gonna show up.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
fucking
interesting.
Smart. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it
That's-
is. I guess so. Yeah.
That is great
Yeah.
marketing.
I mean, that's why they're giving people pizza. They got
Oh,
extra fucking cash.
God. On our last segment, we're gonna talk about icks really quick
Oh, okay.
because you know the ick challenge is out or whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Now, what's the icks that you have? She gonna say me, bitch. She
No.
gonna say me. I already know.
Icks on what? Like icks on
Like, what are
people? Gym people just like
it could
go
be
to the
anything. Like,
gym.
what's icks about like your clients? What's icks about like you know what you have at the gym? It could be icks
Yeah.
about you know yourself around people. Like anything.
I feel like for me,
Men. I was gonna say that. Like icks about men.
I feel like for me, I hate when there's like loud grunters at the gym.
Like,
Like when they're just like
Wait, like what kind of grunters?
like loud. Like I know it's a hard rep, but like you do not need to scream like past the earth to like you know like the people in like Jupiter hear you. You know what I mean? Like we're
Okay.
good, Bo. You know, like so like
Mhm.
I hate when people do that. Or like when I'm at a station and like I'm about to go on here. So how many more reps do you need? Like stop rushing me. I can't stand that. Or when I'm like in an area and there's nobody else in the gym and they're right next to me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm hitting like the cable, like if I'm hitting like lat pull downs and there's like another cable right next to me and they're hitting something similar, but the whole gym is empty.
And they're
I'm just
right
like,
there.
why? And they're
Yeah.
like in my way. You know what I mean? Like one of those types of people. I'm just like, please stop. Like, and I forgot my headphones probably. And I'm listening to this person. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot stand that. Like, that's just so annoying to me. And it's usually men, always. Like, because girls don't do that.
Yeah.
Girls would never. My girls, we love each other.
Yeah.
So, like, no, you know? So, that's annoying. What else? I really don't have too many icks about, like, clients. I think it's just attitude. I think, like, if you come in with, like, a shitty attitude and, like, you know, you're not working hard, like, that bugs me. Because like I've spent like my hour, you know what I mean? And I don't have actually any clients that I feel that do that. Everybody works really hard. So like for me, that's not really like too much of a complaint, but I had that in the past, girl, and that has irritated me.
Really?
And I had to fight. That was the client that I fired, was that she just would complain, remember? And she would complain and she would just bug me. And then she spilled water on the floor, didn't even bother cleaning it up.
I hate that.
Like, you know, just like disrespect. She was like, oh, like I thought you were going to clean it up. I texted her like, oh, you like left water on the floor. She's like, oh, well, I thought you were going to clean it. I was like, bitch, I'm not a maid. Like, the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm busy. I'm booked and busy, boo-boo. Like, clean your mess up. You know? So just like shit like that. Like, people who just disregard me as a human being. Yeah. Because that's what she did. I feel like for me, those are my biggest icks. And so, like, you know, just don't be a shitty human. Like, we're all fucking here. We got to share this planet. Like, be fucking cool. And if you have a problem with someone, just communicate that and be transparent and, like, don't hold back because, like, you feel better about it, you know? Like, so that's my thing.
Yeah. I mean, my ick,
yeah, what are your icks? I feel like we really haven't even talked about your icks.
You know, I don't really, I know I do.
You don't like quiet people.
You really think so?
Marlo is coming for you today. Not him texting you that you were late today, though.
No, literally. We're not going to get
You need a podcast with Marlo on it.
I can't wait.
So he can do your
He's going to be like, I fucking hate that you do this. You asked me to do this. And then you tell me what's this, and that. I'm like, listen. I'm just, it's, you know.
You're busy, though. You're a busy
girl,
bitch.
I'm booked and busy.
You
like,
really are.
Really, when I say that.
You really are,
if I really said I'm with the client, like, I'm no joke.
Yeah.
A facial is supposed to take 1 hour.
Yeah.
I literally, and her wedding is on Saturday. Shout out to Shelby. Love you, girl. But I told her, I said, I have people waiting for me at my house.
Yes.
I have to go film a podcast literally at 8 o'clock. It was 7:40. I was like, a facial's 1 hour. I was like, I'm about to give you a facial in 20 minutes. She's like, I'm getting married Saturday. Are you fucking for real? And I was like, I will give you a discount. But I was like, I need to get to this fucking
Shelby's
podcast.
a real one. Shout out
to fucking Shelby. Love her. And I was like, I need to get to this fucking podcast because I cannot be late. She's like, girl, do what you gotta do. Just make me look pretty.
We love Shelby's.
So I did her facial in 20 minutes.
I love that.
Cleaned up, got here at 8:30. My shop's 15 minutes away. Like, I cleaned up in 15, I got here.
Yes.
But it's because, like, I had so many clients back to back. And that's why, literally, when he comes, I'm, like, not ready. Like, I get ready here because
he probably comes 10 minutes late, too.
No, he's always 30
minutes
minutes early. And I know, and it's because, like, I work, though. And it's like, I need to make much money.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to pay
you know
Marlo.
I gotta pay Marlo. I gotta pay, you know what I got people to feed.
Absolutely.
I gotta feed my damn self. I gotta pay her because I'm training her because she's gonna make this stomach look flat as fuck.
That's right.
So you know what?
We got bills.
We got bills.
Absolutely, girl. I feel that.
Well, you know, thank you for being on my podcast.
I appreciate this. Was so much fun.
Did you love it?
I did love it. It was really cool.
Well, we always end this podcast with a quote.
Oh.
And I want to hear the fucking quote. So what's the quote you have for everybody?
Do I look inside everybody's eyeballs?
The fucking soul of everybody right now.
All right, you guys. So if nobody's ever told you this quote, I want you to remember it from me. Okay. And it's going to be to eat your protein, drink your water, and to mind your motherfucking business. I know that's right.
Yeah, period.
Well, so thank you. Snatch, boo.
Keep it squatting.
Keep it squatting.
Keep it squatting. Thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Girl, this was so much fun.
Cheers. All right, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.